Okay. It's there's the old neck crack. Oh, my teeth. What's up, everybody? Super Joe Mike here, and welcome to Man of Law. I started a game. You know what? I'm not even gonna... There's no spoilers. You're gonna experience this as I do. I'm just gonna let you know, I don't think that it was made by somebody from the US. Or just somebody with really bad grammar. Anyways, new game. Ooh, prologue. Oh, I don't remember this music. Judge not that you... This is a bad law, but it's... I like it. Judge not that you be judged. Don't know what Jesus meant when he was saying this phrase, but he surely was not addressing me. In the end, someone is destined to resolve conflicts, disputes, and much more serious human disagreements. I feel like I should be like, oh yeah, it seems to me, baby, that it's just me who deserves this fate. More precisely, I'm simply sure of it. Oh yeah. It's like that robot cop from Futurama. Says, no, to become a judge was not my wish or the aim of my parents. It was my only talent from early childhood. Once having heard the story of my grandmother Baptiste about the wisdom of King Solomon, ooh, wise dude, I resolved the dispute between two girls next door to me. They could not divide the doll that played the role of small child in their game, with the face representing justice. Oh yeah, justice face. Just imagine the face of a 5-year-old boy grimaced in such a way. That doesn't look like the face of justice. I raised the plastic sword of He-Man over the doll, and I cut her in two. It did not work very properly. The doll lost her leg or arm, but the act produced the desired effect on girls. That's how I executed my first act of justice. And later, there was school. A school, I'm sorry, that went off. And later there was a school where, in the 5th form, Frieza, I had made a class lawsuit against the teacher. But that's quite a different story. Hey, it's Mr. Rogers. Just yesterday, I received a Winnie the legal diplomas. Wait, did I read that right? Just yesterday, I received a Winnie the Legal Diplomas. Today, we sat in one of the cozy cafes, Boston, discussed plans for future, and just chatted. This is gonna be fun. What are your plans for tomorrow? My uncle decided to organize a small party for the completion of my studies. In the morning, I travel to New York. He invites you. You know... Tomorrow, I have to give a speech at a meeting of our club. I cannot go. Good idea, but tomorrow I expect the club to speak. Wait, so I speak or the club speaks? Well, this one sounds like I'm just getting out of it, but this one's like, hey, you know what? I'm on board. But tomorrow, I expect the club to speak. I'm going with that. Oh, come on. Okay, oh, look at his... I don't know which way he's looking. One eye's low. Do you want to see is a bunch of boring? Club hereditary degenerates who regard themselves as British peers. Pathetic parody of the Masonic Lodge in the heart of modern America. You came from the middle class. You'll never be there for them. What is he talking about? Well... I already become his for. And his uncle for you? I understand this one less, so I'm gonna go. I don't want to bring family into that. Yes. Good. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. And what prospects they give you? You? Real money and business connections are not made in a dusty university reading rooms. Dusty university reading rooms. Uncle invited many important people with whom you can meet. Miss this chance to simply stupid. But friend, people from the club to help with my employment. To heck with the club went to his uncle. That's another answer I expected. to uncle. It's good. I like this. I am happy to see Winnie's friend here. Yeah, I'm going Russian. I have to go Russian with this. I don't know why. I just feel like, look at this guy. Oh my gosh. I think that he's either in the mafia or he's gonna give me the role in a movie. He talked a lot about you. Praised your progress. Diploma of a lawyer is a good start to a successful career. Winnie said that you dream to become a judge. And as you know, the position of a judge is not so easy to obtain. I do not like to go around the bush, and I want to go straight to the point. I have an opportunity to help you. You can make me a judge? Very interesting. I'm full of attention. What? I don't know what that looks like, but that's me with this game right now. As you know, it is impossible to become a judge right after receiving a diploma. You have to work for a while in a court. In a more modest position, wait until the vacancy becomes free and under circumstances. What is required of me? Naturally, you ask me for a yeah, I know the way this goes. You scratch my back, I bring you sandwich. All people are divided into those who need something from me and the rest, from which I need something. Today, you need help. Perhaps the day will come when I will need your help. Are you ready? For me, this is unacceptable. I will do everything myself. Ooh. I'm in a bar. This guy. I didn't have my glasses with me. I felt like I should do this deal with glasses on like him to show him a sign of solidarity. You know what? Let's do it. It's Vinny. Yeah, he's mafia. Uncle Vinny has promised arranged me as a referee in the court of New... Working for the Knicks? We're not the Pacers. I'm from Indiana. Court clerk. Do you think it is enough only to wish to become the master of destinies in our country? Dude! Never thought of it that way. If you're a judge... I think more people would want to be the judge if it was called the Master of Destinies. You are wrong. First of all, you need to graduate school with flying colors, and then to get the first degree. Then the second is law degree. All these cost considerable funds. Also, you should add spotless reputation, the best records, and a touch of luck. And after all, being about 30, you get to your goal, before which is still a few years of practice. You are coming into the interview with the graduation degree in order to obtain a position of an extraordinary referent in the court. Just become a clerk who should receive applications to hand over cases to the archive, conducting a preliminary assessment of the hearing's materials. Oh, that sentence gave me heartburn. Basically, to do everything to facilitate the work of judges and to receive invaluable experience. Of course, you can get a job in a private law company, as my student friend Winnie did, or try to get a position as prosecuting officer. Choice of my several classmates. It doesn't help that the English is so broken. But the chance to become a judge will significantly increase if you would just follow the way I've chosen. Somebody thinks that the job of court blah, 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 is boring. I don't think so. My ability is to find joy and satisfaction, and the boring routine is always my ace. As example, applications. You can imagine how fascinating it is to study these seeming faces. Every cry of insulted help, a plea for higher justice, and often the result of a seasonal exacerbation of someone's mental illness. And my task is to separate the grain from the chaff. Well, you understand. I get you, Judge. Master of Destinies. Plaintiff, Kulinich. Defendant, Beauty Salon, Elvis's Locks. I need to go there. I'm due for a haircut. The subject of claim, required to compensate the moral damage caused by the barbershop employee since his appearance has not taken significant room to the king of rock and roll. $9,999 to get an Elvis haircut. Really? You should be sued for paying that amount for... Wait. Okay, so I gotta prove, or... What the... Defendant. So, if I approve it, they gotta pay out... No! You know what? Kulinich wanted to look like Elvis. The music's kind of repetitive, but it's got a little bit of breakdown too. I like it. So this guy wants to look like Elvis. He went to Elvis's Locks. Good place to start. He paid $10,000 to get a haircut to look like Elvis. Something tells me if you have to sink $10,000 into a haircut, you've exhausted all other measures, and therefore you do not look like Elvis. So, reject it. Get out of here. Okay, Cheryl Adams. Defendant, Alan Adams. Subject of the claim, demands to prolong the ban on visits to common children of 5 and 8 years old imposed by the Court of New York in October last year. Wait, demands to So, Cheryl wants to prolong the ban on visits to their kids. So she doesn't want Alan to see it. She wants to prolong the ban last year. Sir, is there anything I can click on to... I'm not sure I get the scope of this game. I think it's like a 50-50 thing. But I believe that even in a divorce, kids should see their father. But I don't know if he's like some crazy like psychopath, or maybe that's why they split up. I don't know. I'm not getting the info here. And there's no little doodads I can click on. So I'm going to choose to accept the fact that if that were pertinent information, there would have been a police report that filed with this. It's not there. Reject her request to ban the father. Moreno Gabowski. Defendant, USA government. Requires the declassification of materials on the Project Blue Book. This guy wants information from the government. And America is not giving it to him. Now, I, at one time in my life, worked for the government. I was in the military, but I know that I had to deal with sensitive materials. I held certain clearances, and that was in effect because some things would cause more damage being out in the open. But I don't know what Blue Book is. And maybe there's some things in there that get a lot more people hurt. So I don't know. This is such a touchy subject, and people are like, you can't hide information from us, man. But then, if some stuff gets out there and then you go crazy with it, then that's not gonna do any good either. But at the same time, if something pertains to us, then we should know about it. So, I'm gonna... I don't know what what's a black book is, like the thing that you used to carry around back in the day when you're getting like people's numbers. There's Kelley Blue Book, which knows the real price of cars. Project Blue Book. I don't know. I want to find out what that is, so approve it. Beep. Plaintiff Claude Gabino, owner of Your Waste, My Money private company. Ew. Defendant, Department of Licensing of Private Utilities. Subject claim requires the restoration of a license on the basis of comprehensive audit of the company that did not reveal violations. Oh, I gotta read that again. All right. Claude has a company, and he's suing the Department of the Licensing. Restoration of a license. So he lost his license on the basis of comprehensive audit of the company that did not reveal. So he's saying that they didn't reveal violations and then took away his license, and he didn't know about any violations, so therefore could not rectify it. Approved. His waste is... One man's waste is his treasure. Griff Tannen. Defendant Robert Zemeckis, scriptwriter and director. Required to compensate the money spent on purchasing a car, DeLorean DMC 12. Sick! Because defendant was deliberately misleading potential car buyers, demonstrating in their films their ability to travel in time. So this guy is suing a certain movie because he bought a car thinking that it would travel back in time. And it was... Man, you're an idiot. Nathan Robinson suing Rosa Robinson. Requires to apply court injunction on using by wife the garden and working tools as discriminative for him on the basis on gender status. What? Requires to apply court injunction on using by wife the garden and working tools as discriminative for him on the basis on gender status. What? Wait, so does he want to sue her because she wants him to work the garden too? But he's a man? Come on, bro. Bro, Nate though. You got your wife Rosa. She's working hard. She's asking you, hey, why don't you work the till a little bit? You want to plow these fields? Help me out. I'll do some planning. I got the green thumb. You got the strong back. And Nate's like, no, soy un hombre rosa. That's dumb. Wait, okay, so how do I judge this? Because that's dumb, but I don't want to... He's suing her because he doesn't want to work in the... Rejected. You're an idiot. Fox Foster. Ooh. Giant Stadium front office. Demands from Giant Stadium front office to open the location of Jimmy Hoff body. Approved. Let's find out where that guy's at. Although I saw the Mythbusters where he wasn't there, because they would have found it. Even through concrete, the smell would have... Like, they buried a pig and then covered over in cement, and the smell still, like, permeated. It's a porous material to some extent, so that, like, there's no blocking that in with just concrete. Now, maybe they took a... You know what? Let's move on. Ethan Carter, Telephone Passion Company. Oh. Cancel a check for due to the fact you felt... no. You pay your money and
get away from that stuff. That's stupid. Tim Harris, underage Nathan Drake. All right. Demands to impose a ban on visiting the city crematory and making the acts of vandalism in the crypts, which he does under the pretext of searching for family relics of the Drakes. Hey, you knock it off, you kids. Wait. Is one of the bad guys in Uncharted? Hang on, I gotta look this up. Editor. Uncharted game villain. Oh my gosh. How did I? Here. Uncharted game villain name. Z. That'd be awesome if it was Tim Harris. List of Uncharted characters. Nathan Drake. Shambhala, you're on the pillars. They don't give no, shut it. And antagonists? Okay, there we go. Navarro, Eddie Raja. Nope. 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 I think I wasted my time. Nope. 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 And no. Nope. Just some guy. Played a game. He decided, hey, you kids, get off my lawn. Sorry I wasted your time. Rejected. You're an idiot. Gracie Rubenstein, suing Marianne Williams, demands to apply the court injunction on loud singing of gospel songs because of assault of her religious views. Is this like a noise ordinance thing? Now, let me just put myself out of that situation, because I am a master of destinies, and I need to be impartial. After all, it is my childhood talent to become man of law. Ugh. Injunction on loud singing of gospel songs, which, in Marian's defense, that's the only way to sing gospel songs. So she's gotta, like, can't tell her to sing quietly. You're gonna have to, like, reapply and not do it at all, because it's all or nothing. I'm just gonna say that, because of assault of her religious views. Well, then that means that she can't watch. You know what? She's entitled to. We live in a country where she can have her own religious views. If it's a noise ordinance, then you complain about the noise. But since you're bringing religion into it, you can just. How about this? I mean, it's black or white though, right here. You either prove it or reject it. So I'm approving or rejecting this particular claim. So I'm just going to stick by the book here. She's complaining that it's the loud singing of it. So Marianne may have to tone it down a little bit. And then maybe, as a mutual respect, Gracie, which, if you're not into gospel and you're not into that kind of stuff, you might have to change your first name, because that's a, you know, that's a big part of Christianity is grace. So you got to be a little more graceful. And I'm going to go a little controversial here, but I'm going to say, hey, If she's taking you to court, maybe she's asked and you're disrespecting it, and you need to do what's right, Marion. Go to a mountaintop and sing, because that's the best place. All the best things happen on top of a mountain. So how about that? Jacqueline Martinez, psychiatrist, member of the Flight School Examination Board. Defendant, Trevor Phillips, flight school trainee. Subject claim, demands to prohibit to defendant to approach closer than 100 meters because constant threats and accusation of discrimination when passing the admissions committee. I know who Trevor Phillips is. Wait. Is she? Nah, I don't think that's her. Yeah, I don't think that's her. Madrazo. Oh yeah, so it's Martine Madrazo. Yeah. This is from another game. But anyways, so she's putting a restricting order on Trevor, and Trevor just wants to be loved. So rejected, Jacqueline. Come on. New York City administration. Oh my gosh. Build Wisely Construction Company demands to deprive a license for construction activities, return the advance payment received for erecting a building constructed with a violation of the project documentation. So they constructed with a violation of the building project. So they didn't build it the way they wanted to. That makes sense. Approve it. If you're a contractor, you gotta do what the customer says. And if it's gonna be off, you discuss it with them, but you are paid to do a thing. If you don't do the thing, then you don't deserve to get paid, so you gotta give them back the money. Or you rectify the situation. But if you are unwilling to rectify the situation, that means that's why we got this letter in front of me. It's probably gone to the point where they want to take him to court. Because I am a contractor, and I know contractors, and we don't want to go to court over something. That's not our first option. We want to get it done and get paid. And we usually default to the customer. Unless they're asking us to do something unsafe, or something that will come back and bite us in the butt later. That being said, moving on. Stephen April, defendant, the New York police. They did a lowercase on the P. The subject of the claim requires the courts to oblige police officers to conduct the checkup of urban sewer for illegal cultivation of cannabis varieties by specially trained turtles. Ninja Turtle weed heads. Stephen April? April O'Neil? No. Wait, so Stephen April requires the courts to oblige police officers. He wants police so he wants them to check the sewer for turtles that have been trained to grow weed. Why'd they capitalize cannabis and not police? Has an agenda. But you know what? I say, if they've trained turtles to grow weed, that's that guy needs to be training other things to do more important things. But I'm not gonna reject that. I don't particularly think that it's good for you. I'm not gonna get into it, but we don't need weed to feel awesome. Like I said, you can go on a mountaintop if you want to feel high. Everything good happens on top of a mountain. Louis Sullivan, unemployed. Tutto Frutto, supermarket chain. Tutto Frutto, that's fun to say. Tata Frutta? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Tutto Frutto. The subject of the claim requires to compensate the cost of treatment of the stomach due to poisoning caused by cucumber and milk eaten with supermarket shelves? What? So he ate the shelves and got poisoning, and there's cucumber and milk. Tutto Frutto. Tutto Frutto, why do you do Why do you four make man eat the cucumbers with milks and shelves? That's weird. Give him his money. Don't do that. Administration of the fire station against Peter Winkman, Raymond Stentz, Egan Spengler, Winston Zedmore. What are these names? Requires to apply a judicial ban on the use of the premises of the fire station as a base of Ghostbusters and prohibits visits to visits to public places with vacuum cleaners issued for special equipment for the destruction of anomalies. What? These guys want to be Ghostbusters, and the fire station's trying to hold them back. Reject that. You guys make that. Without thinking through the plaintiff's applications, I put the stamps of accepting without a thought. The judges, who had to consider these ridiculous cases, very soon wrote a collective complaint against me. So even with such simple tasks, I managed to screw up. Perhaps this was due to my frequent spree with my friends Winnie, or the banal inattention. The result was very predictable. I was removed for incompetence. Even my connections could not save me the situation. Ineffable sense of shame still haunts me when I think of the words which Manor threw at me. Caput in anno est. Tuum in anno est. What? Is that it? What the heck? Okay, so that is Man of Law. I'm going to have to look some stuff up because I want to find out the other ending. Obviously, this didn't go well. This is kind of a weird game. I kind of like the concepts. And I like the music. I like the art of it. But it's interesting. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun reading it. But so I will. I'll do a little research and see if I can come up with a little bit better understanding of what I'm supposed to do. I think a little bit more explanation and maybe like a tutorial even would have helped, so I can get a gauge for what's acceptable, what's not. I know it's supposed to be you make a judgment call. You either make the right or the wrong call. You're a judge or you're not a judge. But for those who want to just beat the game, at least give me a chance. I want to be the master of destinies. So I'm going to end it for here, but I hope I stopped doing this, and I hope you liked it. And if you do, give the little like button a little flickety-doo-dah, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye, y'all. Ooh, I wonder what that sounds like on the microphone. I don't think I've ever done that.